In the world of entertainment, few names resonate as powerfully as Dolly Parton. Known for her vibrant personality, heartfelt music, and unwavering kindness, Dolly has touched millions of lives. But what happens when the curtain falls and the final words of such an iconic figure are revealed? What if those words change the way we see her and ourselves forever? Today, we delve into a story that has been quietly circulating, one whispered among nurses, caretakers, and those closest to Dolly in her final moments. It's a tale that challenges what we thought we knew and shines a new light on the legend we thought we'd understood. Imagine a nurse, someone trained not just in medical care but in compassion, entrusted with the sacred duty of tending to one of the most beloved entertainers of our time. This nurse, with a heart full of respect and a mind full of curiosity, found herself privy to the intimate, final exchanges shared with Dolly Parton. These weren't just any words, they were words that carried the weight of a lifetime, the wisdom of experience, and a message that has since rippled through those who have heard it. But before we reveal those transformative words, it's important to understand the context. Dolly Parton's life has been a tapestry of resilience and joy. From her humble beginnings in Tennessee to becoming a global icon, Dolly's journey was marked by hard work, creativity, and an unshakable spirit. She broke barriers, not just in music but in philanthropy and business, always staying true to her roots and values. Her stories, songs, and smiles have been a source of comfort and inspiration, but behind the scenes, she faced challenges that many never saw. The nurse's account offers a rare glimpse into those unseen moments, the quiet reflections, the tender confessions, and the heartfelt advice. These final words, spoken softly but with undeniable clarity, reveal a side of Dolly that transcends fame and fortune. They expose a vulnerability and strength that can teach us all something profound about life, love, and legacy. As we unfold this narrative, you'll notice a careful balance of contrast. On one hand, the dazzling star whose voice filled arenas and whose laughter brightened rooms. On the other, the private individual who, in her last moments, chose to share a truth that might seem unexpected but is deeply human. This contrast isn't just a storytelling device, it's a reminder that behind every legend is a person with fears, hopes, and dreams. So, what exactly did Dolly say? What final message did she leave behind? And how does it change everything we believed about her? The answers lie ahead, woven with smooth transitions and a natural flow that guides you through this emotional journey. Stay with me as we explore a story that is as tender as it is powerful, a story that will forever change the way you think about Dolly Parton, and perhaps, about the people we all think we know. To truly grasp the impact of Dolly Parton's final words, we must first acknowledge the nurse's unique perspective. Nurses are often the unsung heroes in any story like this, bearing witness to moments that are deeply private and profoundly human. They see beyond the surface, beyond the public persona, to the core of a person's essence. This nurse's story is no exception. Her experience reveals that Dolly's final words were not just a farewell, they were a call to action, a heartfelt plea that challenges us to rethink our priorities and the way we connect with one another. What makes this revelation so powerful is the contrast between Dolly's public image and the intimate truth she chose to share at the end. The world knows Dolly as a beacon of joy, a master storyteller whose songs often celebrate love, hope, and resilience. Yet, in those final moments, she spoke not about fame or success, but about something far more universal and urgent: kindness. It was a reminder that in the grand scheme of life, it is not the accolades or the applause that matter most, but the simple acts of compassion we extend to one another every day. The nurse recalls the scene vividly. Dolly, despite her frailty, radiated a quiet strength. Her eyes held a clarity that only comes from a lifetime of lessons learned the hard way. With a voice barely above a whisper, she shared her final thoughts, not about her own legacy, but about the legacy she hoped others would carry forward. The message was clear: kindness is the true measure of a life well lived. It's a call to embrace empathy, to reach out with love, and to make a difference in the lives of those around us. This message resonates deeply in a world that often feels divided and disconnected. Dolly's words serve as a beacon, reminding us that no matter our background or circumstance, we all have the power to change the world through kindness. It's an invitation to look beyond ourselves and to prioritize connections that nurture and uplift. The nurse's account challenges us to live with intention, to choose compassion even when it's difficult, and to recognize the profound impact of small, everyday gestures. As we reflect on this, the story gains a new layer of meaning. It's not just about Dolly Parton's final words, it's about how those words can inspire each of us to live more fully and love more deeply. This shift in perspective is what makes the story so compelling. It moves beyond mere celebrity gossip or fleeting curiosity, becoming a timeless lesson we can all carry with us. So, as we prepare to delve further into what these final words mean for us, let's hold on to the contrast that makes Dolly's message so striking, the dazzling star known worldwide and the humble human being whose last wish is for kindness to prevail. This is the heart of the story, and it's one that promises to change everything. Now, let's explore the deeper implications of Dolly's final message of kindness. It's easy to admire a public figure for their talent or achievements, but it's far more impactful when their last words reveal something profoundly human and relatable. Dolly's plea for kindness is a reminder that no matter how bright our spotlight shines, what truly endures is the love we leave behind. This message is especially poignant coming from someone like Dolly Parton, whose life was anything but ordinary. She navigated the highs and lows of fame with grace, often using her platform to uplift others. Her philanthropy, from supporting literacy programs to funding COVID-19 vaccine research, showed that her commitment to kindness was not just words, it was a way of life. Yet, in her final moments, her focus shifted even more intimately, from grand gestures to the simple truth that kindness is a choice we make every day. The nurse's recounting reveals that Dolly wanted her final words to serve as a guidepost for those listening, not just fans, but anyone seeking meaning in a complex world. It wasn't about leaving behind a grand legacy of fame or fortune, it was about encouraging each of us to be kinder, more compassionate, and more present. This shift in perspective challenges us to reconsider what legacy really means. It's not about what we accumulate, but about the positive impact we have on others. This revelation forces us to confront a contrast that often goes unnoticed in the stories of celebrities. While the public narrative focuses on success, glamour, and accolades, the private reality often centers on connection, vulnerability, and the desire to be remembered for our humanity. Dolly's final words strip away the glamour to reveal the essence of what matters most: kindness, empathy, and love. The nurse also shared how this message seemed to bring Dolly peace. In the quiet of those final moments, the star who had inspired millions was comforted by the thought that kindness would continue to ripple outward long after she was gone. It's a powerful reminder that our actions, no matter how small, have the potential to create lasting change. For us, hearing Dolly's final words is an invitation to reflect on how we live our own lives. Are we prioritizing kindness in our daily interactions? Are we choosing empathy over judgment and connection over isolation? This story urges us to embrace these values, not just as ideals but as practical, actionable choices that can transform our relationships and communities. As we move forward in this script, we will examine real-life examples of how Dolly's message of kindness has already begun to influence those around her and beyond. These stories illustrate the profound ripple effect one person's words can have, inspiring us all to carry forward the legacy of kindness she championed. The impact of Dolly Parton's final words has already begun to ripple through the lives of those who heard them directly and those who have since embraced her message. The nurse who shared this intimate story spoke of the immediate change it sparked among her colleagues and friends. Suddenly, conversations shifted from everyday concerns to deeper reflections on how they could live with more kindness and purpose. This transformation is a testament to the power of words, especially when spoken by someone as beloved and respected as Dolly. One of the most striking examples comes from a community outreach program inspired by Dolly's message. Volunteers, moved by the nurse's account, began small acts of kindness in their neighborhoods, helping elderly neighbors, organizing food drives, and simply offering a smile or a listening ear to those in need. These acts, though seemingly modest, created a wave of goodwill that strengthened community bonds and uplifted spirits during challenging times. It's a vivid illustration of how Dolly's final words sparked a movement centered on compassion. This ripple effect highlights an essential truth: kindness is contagious. Dolly's last message did not just stay confined to her immediate circle, it spread like wildfire, inspiring countless others to reconsider how they interact with the world. It challenges the notion that kindness is passive or insignificant. Instead, it is a force capable of transforming lives and communities. This shift is especially vital in an era where divisions and misunderstandings often dominate headlines. The nurse's story also underscores the importance of listening deeply to those we care about. Often, we rush through conversations or dismiss the significance of certain moments. But Dolly's final words remind us to pay attention, to value the wisdom shared in quiet, vulnerable moments. It's a call to be present, to honor the stories and lessons that others offer, especially when they come from a place of love and experience. Moreover, this narrative disrupts the common perception that celebrity final words are always dramatic or cryptic. Instead, Dolly's message is refreshingly simple and profound. It moves beyond the sensationalism that often surrounds public figures' last moments to focus on a universal truth that resonates with everyone: kindness matters. It's a gentle but powerful reminder that the legacy we leave is built not on fame, but on how we treat others. As we approach the conclusion of this story, it's clear that Dolly Parton's final words have changed everything, not just for those who heard them, but for anyone willing to embrace her message. The nurse's revelation offers not just a glimpse into a private moment but a roadmap for living a life rich in meaning and connection. It challenges us to rethink how we define success, urging us to prioritize kindness above all else. As we draw closer to the end of this journey through Dolly Parton's final words, it's important to reflect on the profound lessons embedded within her message. Kindness, as Dolly expressed in those quiet moments, is not a mere nicety or a fleeting gesture, it is the foundation of a life well lived. This revelation challenges us to reframe how we think about success and legacy. Rather than chasing accolades or material wealth, Dolly's final wishes push us to invest in the connections we make and the compassion we show. The nurse's account also reminds us that kindness requires intentionality. It's easy to say we care or want to be kind, but turning those intentions into actions is where the real challenge lies. Dolly's words serve as a call to action, urging us to be deliberate in choosing empathy and understanding in our daily lives. Whether it's offering a helping hand to a stranger, forgiving someone who has wronged us, or simply being present for a loved one, these acts of kindness accumulate to create a legacy far greater than any single achievement. This message is especially meaningful in a world that often seems divided by differences, political, social, or cultural. Dolly's final words transcend these divides, offering a universal truth that unites us all. Kindness is a language everyone understands, a bridge that can connect even the most disparate lives. By embracing this, we not only honor Dolly's legacy but also contribute to healing and growth in our communities. It's also worth noting how Dolly's final words reflect the essence of her life and career. Her music, philanthropy, and public persona were all grounded in a deep sense of love and compassion. The nurse's revelation brings this full circle, showing us that even in her last moments, Dolly remained true to the values she championed throughout her life. This consistency adds a layer of authenticity to her message, making it all the more impactful. For those watching or hearing this story, there is an invitation to take Dolly's words to heart and make them a part of their own lives. It's a chance to transform how we interact with others, to prioritize kindness as a guiding principle. In doing so, we not only honor Dolly's memory but also enrich our own experiences and relationships. As we conclude, remember that Dolly Parton's final words are more than a poignant story, they are a transformative message with the power to change everything. By embracing kindness, we carry forward a legacy that transcends fame and fortune, touching the very core of what it means to be human. This is the true gift Dolly has left us, and it's up to each of us to ensure it lives on.